Are we live? We are late. Hi everybody. Welcome. Sorry about this, guys. I didn't realize we lost track of time. We're on Pure Vita time. 5 minutes, 6 minutes late. But we are live. We are here. I hope that you guys didn't give up on us. Live in Fruits. Just waiting for people to join on. How many people are watching, Kenneth?
One for now.
One. Okay, by the way, if anyone watched Christian's Facebook Live on Friday, hands up if you thought it was hilarious when he was counting how many people were watching his live, and then he imitated the Count Dracula from Sesame Street. I don't know if you guys know the reference, but I grew up watching Sesame Street, and he was watching his screen, and anytime a new person watched one new viewer, it was the funniest thing. So if you haven't seen it, go back to Friday's Facebook Live with Christian. I think it was talking about getting high and breathing. It was, I think, about addiction. It was a really good Facebook Live. I suggest you guys all tune into that one. But not right now, because right now you're live with me and Juan Carlos. This is my amazing chef, Juan Carlos, and he's going to be helping me today. Because, as you can see, ooh, that almost got burnt. Don't look yet. We're going to be talking about perfect plating. And if you know me and you know my food, you know that I'm a bit of a rustic chef when it comes to how I display my food. How is everything with the audio? Let's do a quick check-in with that, so you can do whatever you need to do. How is the audio, guys? We're doing it as you can see, a little free flow again. I've got Kenneth. Kenneth, want to give a little wave in front of the camera? I've got Kenneth manning the camera once again. So if someone can just give me a heads up, let me know in the comments how the sound is.
Audio is great.
Audio is great.
Say.
Who says that?
Chuck.
Shock?
Hill Tower.
Okay, perfect. So the sound is good. Awesome. I've had a couple of guests come to me this past week. Bye, guys. Thanks. Have a good morning, afternoon. What time is it? I don't even know what's going on. I'm so confused.
Afternoon, man.
This is my day. This is why I'm late. I'm like just a mess. I got feathers in my hair. Oh, such a rough life. Okay, so we are talking about perfect plating, and I think I touched on this a little bit in the last couple of weeks about presentation and how important is, the fact that we eat with our eyes first. It's a little bit difficult for me here at Rythmia sometimes to present the food that we prepare in the exact way that I want, because we do serve buffet style. But if you are here some nights when we don't have the buffet, we do plated dinners. And Juan Carlos is one of my best chef in the kitchen here. He's just got a knack for making beautiful plates. So today he's going to help me present a few ingredients, and I'm going to get him working on that now. Some really simple ingredients and how you can really flare them up at home to make them really, really pretty. And then we're going to add them to some plates. Kind of thing, want to show them the setup we've got down here. We've got a bunch of stuff that I've laid out. We're going to do a ton of different versions of different meals and different ways to decorate plates to make really awesome presentations. So you can wow your guests the next time you have a dinner party using all the recipes from Miracle Meals, the cookbook that I just realized I don't have here, and I don't have Jerry's book either, so someone can maybe help me with that. It's in the office though. The books are in the office. I'm sorry, Jerry and Brandy and team. I forgot to bring the books out. But we'll do that. We'll talk about that in a second. I got busy talking with all the guests. Sundays, as I said, are super busy here. We have like 70 new guests coming in, so I've been chit-chatting and welcoming people and getting them all comfortable with lunch, and so I forgot until the last minute to get set up for my live. So Kenneth is making a phone call with his other hand right now, so he's double fisting the phones to see if we can get a copy of my book and a copy of Jerry's book, because I do have an awesome little announcement about Jerry's book for all of y'all. So stay tuned for that. But for now, I'm going to get Juan Carlos chopping away so we have some decorations for the plates that we're going to be doing later. So the first thing we got here is the fresa, ¿verdad? Sí. So we've got just a regular old strawberry. Dun, 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 dun. Run-of-the-mill strawberry that he's going to make into what? A flor? A flor. So super simple. So Ken, if you want me to get a little bit closer here so we can see what Juan Carlos is doing. So we've just taken the key here is using a cuchillo pequeño, like a small knife, is with a good point, is very important. And what we're doing here is we're cutting each of the sides here, and these are becoming the petals of our flower. So we're being very careful for 4 petals. We're cutting down on a bit of an angle, but not all the way through. And then he's just using a little bit of force, un poco de fuerza, ¿verdad? To open up the petals. And then he's moved in to more close to the center of the petal of the strawberry, and he's kind of picking the space between. So there's the first petals here, and it's the piece in the middle that he's cutting down now, and being very careful to not cut all the way through, using that same amount of force to press the petal through. And look at that, it already looks like a flower. You could leave it right there. That's what I would do because I end up mangling these strawberries when I make it. But look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you. Welcome back. We're live on Facebook right now. Hi. Returning guests. See, this is why I was late.
Six of my friends.
With 6 of my friends. Oh my gosh, so amazing. I was just, we were 6 minutes late going live because I've been chit-chatting the whole time. No, it's totally fine. But now this is fine, guys. There's so many beautiful people to talk to. Enjoy your afternoon. And just like magic, look at, we've got a beautiful flower. Wow, look at that. Super pretty. Look at how intricate this design is that he's gone and done. And like, how long did that take? 30 segundos, like 30 seconds, no time at all. This beautiful rose flower that we're going to set aside, and we're going to use this for decoration for a dessert plate later on. So we can go back out wide. Mr. DOP, Director of Photography, wide shot please, head and shoulder. Little television flashback. So we're going to save this. Ah, beautiful. And I'm going to put this down here with some of my dessert fixings for the dessert later. Okay, okay, has to another floor. So now we've got just a pepper. Let me just show them. Run of the mill. In North America, I think we would call this a shepherd pepper. We call it a chili dulce, or the Spanish lesson for the day, sweet pepper. So he's going to make another type of flour with this. And I've never seen this. This is a new and exciting one for me. So we're cutting off the end here. And look at this. Side note. Nature. Infinity sign. How beautiful and divine is that? Our vegetable is just giving us this beautiful sign of all is infinite, all is beautiful. Okay, back to the vegetable.
Little commercial.
A little commercial break there. So we're cutting it into like 4 quarters, but not all the way through. Again, so we're not going we're going down to the base, but not cutting completely out. Okay. Okay. So we've cut again into four pieces, 4 quarters, not all the way through, using a little bit of force, and he's using the ribs inside as a cutting line. Beautiful, beautiful, super bonita, and it looks actually, I've never even thought about this, but it looks like a flower. And now we're cutting each of these petals into like in half. I did one knife school class when I was doing my vegan plant-based chef training, and I could not get the knack of it because I just don't have the hand-eye coordination or the well, I do have delicate fingers. I want to stop telling my stories that I don't, but I just haven't spent enough time experimenting to get, you know, really beautiful skills in this department. So now he's taking each of the petals that he's made and just cutting them off into a point. And we're not going to throw away any of these extra little bits. We're going to save them because they'll be great to toss into a stew or a soup or a dressing. Beautiful points. So this is going to look like a tulip when it's said and done. And how beautiful. I'm already imagining how I would use this. So pretty. ¿Cómo se dice tulip en español?
Herramientas.
¿Cómo?
Tools.
Like tulip. Do you know the flower tulip?
I know.
Yeah, it's a North American flower. Well, I mean, it's Dutch. It's in Holland. Look at that. Dun, 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 dun. And it looks just like the seeds of a flower inside. What is that called? The stem. The stem. Anybody know what the inside of the flower, where all the pollen and everything is? It's got a name. I don't remember. It's not important. It looks like a flower. That's the most important part. Ah, how pretty is that, right? Oh. Oh my gosh, the piece de la resistance. He's not done. I pulled it away too quickly. What he's got here is just a piece of green onion with a skewer, like a wooden skewer, that he's put inside a green onion. How fun is that? And now we have a stem. Oh, so incredible. Beautiful. And then this would be lovely just put in, you know, into the center of any sort of you could put it into your flower. A nice flower arrangement in the middle, or just into any dish that you're serving on a buffet. It would be a beautiful, really beautiful addition, natural flower. So Juan Carlos is going to continue making a few other things that we'll present as we go along while I talk about some other plating techniques. All right, so did we put in a call to get the copies of those books? Yeah? Someone going to bring them out? Perfect. Perfect. And I'm back. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about puree. Because one of the easiest things you can do to make really pretty presentations for plating is adding a base of a puree to your dish. So I'm going to grab a few plates here. And And what I've gone and done ahead of time is I'm not going to show you that because it's a mess. I've made a carrot puree. So in this squeeze bottle, these are one of the best things you can invest your money in when it comes to making really beautifully presented dishes. Anytime I'm doing a catering event, I always have a bunch of these for all my sauces, sweet and or savory. You can buy these for under $1. I got these ones for $1 at a local store here. And this just helps with precision. And it helps with, you know, I use it for piping icing sometimes when I'm in a pinch, when I'm doing desserts. But it's a really beautiful way to just have really great control over your ingredients. So, first and foremost, I'm going to show you a really simple plating technique that involves, I'm getting off topic. I'm so excited about all of this, I just can't stay focused. I just had another coffee too, that might be why I'm a little bit scattered. So the first thing I'm going to show you is just some really simple techniques using the puree, and I've gone and just made a carrot puree here. You could use any puree, so if you want to, you could use a pesto. It's going to depend on what you're serving. So if you're serving like a chicken breast with roasted rosemary potatoes and, you know, a mixed sauté of vegetables, then you want to make sure whatever puree you're presenting with it goes along with those flavors. So maybe a sweet potato puree would go really well with a roasted chicken breast and potatoes. Or if you're, a green pesto would be a really good base. Today we're using just a really simple steamed carrot puree that I've made. So there's many different things you can go about doing. One of the simplest things in the world is a dot, of course. And you could do several of those. So why don't I show you that first, since we're on the topic. And the key here when you're making nice dots is to bring your bottle down on an angle. Because if you do it from a top, you don't quite have the same control. So just bringing your bottle down and presenting nice little dots. Voila. And you could do any sort of display that you want, different sizes. You could do bigger ones, smaller ones. And I did make some notes that I wanted to share with you guys. I know, I did some training with a certain vegan chef in LA who's all about containing the plate to a certain percentage of the plate. So it's almost like the idea of 40% of your plate should be with food and 60% without any food. And that's just because it's been proven to be quite pleasing to the eye. And I kind of like to do that sometimes. Other times I just like to fill my whole plate. But the other note, listen to these birds. They're like upstaging completely. Can you hear those? I'm sure you guys can.
Is there in the palm tree?
Are those parrots or what? No.
No, that is a blue jay family.
It's a family of the blue jay?
We call it urraca. Urraca.
Urraca.
We call it. Exactly.
I've never heard them this loud before.
They've got a message. Family. Yeah.
They've got a message. I hope you guys can hear me okay over the birds. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about different ideas. I mean, it all depends who you're talking to. There are plating food philosophies and whatnot, but for me it's all about whatever looks pretty. Some chefs say, 40% food on the plate, the other 60% leave it as a blank canvas, because really this plate is your canvas and we're starting to decorate it like artists. One other thing to keep in mind though, for certain, is for a plate like this, for example, this rim here you want to keep free of food. Because it's a bit more pleasing to the eye, as far as I'm concerned, to have this beautiful white frame around it. But also, if you're serving it, there's got to be somewhere, for the most part, for us to hold the plate. So if you've got a puree or a bunch of different ingredients on the side, on the rim of the plate, you might end up getting fingerprints in it when people are in a hurry. So I like to try to contain the food to the center part. Sometimes I'll add a bit of herbs around the rim, but for the most part, try to keep it clean. So this is one simple technique, just the simple spots. I'm going to set that aside and probably use that later. Another really simple technique, I don't want that, I'm going to grab it, I'm going to grab a scoop of my puree from over here. If you're taking like just a scoop of puree, plunk it on the plate, and then you just pull your knife towards you. And then you just have this really beautiful abstract design. We'll do that again. Like that. Really simple and rustic. And it doesn't look like much, but it's when you start layering ingredients on top of something like that that you really get a really, really pretty image. So let's do something right now. Why not? You know what? No, I'm going to go back to just doing the different plates of puree. So there's another option right there. That down. Another option. Let's use the spoon again. This is a really, really, really rustic one Da, 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 da. And how pretty is that? So just imagine then putting like a piece of your vegan burger or a little pile of quinoa and some sauteed vegetables around there. Then you have this really beautiful, appealing to the eye plate. And we are going to get to doing a bit of that, but I just want to go over a few of these techniques. I'm drawing a blank right now because I did write down some ideas of what I wanted to do. Let's go back to using the squeeze bottle. Squeeze bottle in a ring mold. You can Google this. There's a million videos on YouTube about different plating techniques, but I just wanted to show you guys a few here today. So what I've got here is a metal ring mold. You can buy these at any kitchen supply store these days. I've got this round one. I've got another little square one that I'm going to be using a little bit later. And these ones I like to use when I'm catering events because it just kind of up-levels the appearance of the plate. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put my ring mold on the plate. And you might want to look down on this for a better view. Then I'm going to take my trusty squeeze bottle, and on the inside I'm just going to, pipe a bit of my puree in there. This is a really small ring mold for this. I'm just piping my, can't really see what I'm doing because it's so small. See there, and so we got like a nice little line in there, and then I'm just going to take the spoon and just kind of spread it out a little bit. And then when I remove it, you're left with this nice little semicircle. Bigger ring mold would be nice, but for a nice little dessert plate, this size works well. I really have this one for making food stacks, which I'm going to show you in a second. What else do I want to do today? So that looks really, really pretty. The next thing, put that over here. La, la, la. The next thing I'm going to do is introduce you to paintbrush. Run-of-the-mill, good old paintbrush, and this is another really great home tool. If you don't have any of these other chefy type things, you can just take your paintbrush. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip it in my puree. I have a little excess over here, and I'm just going to. Oh, look at that! I did it on the rim. So let's go all the way, breaking my own rules. Really beautiful art on a plate. Da, 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 da. So these are really simple, right? And you could, for me, if I'm having a dinner party at 6 people, I might do everyone's plate a little bit different. And then imagine how beautiful it would look when we get it all plated with all the other ingredients, to get a nice aerial shot of everyone's plate with different looks. So let's use these two right now. And we're going to add a couple of ingredients here to make them extra, extra pretty. So I've gone and collected a few things from my buffet today. So what I've got here is just some roasted, I'm going to turn this around. Some roasted eggplant, a couple of patacones, which are like double fried plantains, another plantain that's just been boiled in water, some fresh veggies, and some vegan sun-dried tomato sunflower seed burgers. So we're just going to present these on the plate. And you can do this any way you want. There's no rules when it comes to plating. So I'm going to do it on this one here. Sorry, Kenneth. I'm not doing very good procedure here. Normally I would have had this all planned out, but the order I want to do everything, and everything would be really flowing, but a little bit of a tornado today. So I'm making this up as I go. So we got eggplant. So I'm just layering this on, much like you would do a painting. You want to start with your base, and then you just start adding layer upon layer upon layer. So I'm just going to use 3 pieces. Another note when it comes to making plates, it's been long thought and said that odd numbers are a bit more appealing to the human eye. Same can be said for home decoration as well as plating, because plate is just another form of art. So using 3 as opposed to 4, or 9 as opposed to 8 pieces of food on the plate is just a bit more appealing to the eye. If you were to serve 6 Brussels sprouts as opposed to 7, the human eye registers it as less. If you put 7, then the human mind looks at it and thinks that the plate is more abundant. It's just this weird way that the human brain works. So I've got 3 pieces of eggplant on there. I'm going to use my little boiled plantain here. I'm going to stick that in the middle. This is my protein. I'm just going to put that here, one on top of the other. Really, really simple. Add in some broccoli, some cauliflower, just like that. And then the other thing that we like to talk about when we're plating food is height. So today, we used to be in the 90s. Remember, we used to get plates that were just stacked this high. This was a big thing in the 2000s and the 90s. I don't think we need to be that extreme anymore. What I like to do is just do some like nice gentle leaning. So I'll take this patacone and just lean it. And that gives us a nice little bit of height. Really, really simple. Then I'm gonna add a bit more drama. So we talked about these dots, so we can add a couple of little dots. Then the other thing you can do is you can grab a spoon if you're really feeling dramatic. Do a little bit of drama with the dots. Really, really simple. And then, other beautiful thing I like to add to many of my plates these days, edible flowers. And I have this beautiful container of a million different types of edible flowers here. I order it all the time. Use them in any way possible. And this just adds a little splash of color, a little bit of added finesse, and just some beauty. And if I had some sprouts of some sort, some green sprouts, I would put that on top as well. But how simple was that? Doesn't it look super dramatic? And it was so easy. Just a little extra addition of the purees on the bottom just make everything look that much more pretty. For me, because this is how I like to plate, I would also chop up some cilantro and just go and drop a bunch of greens all over the plate, so it would just be like this beautiful rustic herbaceousness. What do you think, Juan Carlos? Is lindo o no lindo? Más o menos. Muy lindo. He says, his plates are always so much prettier than mine, I'll tell you that. If you've been here to Rythmia and had a beautiful, artfully done plate, it's probably Juan Carlos. He's here on the night shift and he makes like such beautiful plates. So I'm going to do another plate right now using this ring mold stack that I talked about. So I have this little square one, but I think I'm going to go and use that round one. Where did I put that? Perfect. So I'm just going to put this right here. So kind of half on my big blotch and half off. And I've got a few ingredients here that I brought. So this is going to be like protein, vegetable, starch, all in a stack. So I'm going to start my base here with rice. So I've got some cooked rice that I'm just going to put on the bottom inside this ring mold. And this ring mold, I'm just going to press everything into it. And then when it's all ready, we pull the ring mold off and we'll have this beautiful little stack. So I'm kind of doing more of an appetizer size portion here. So a little bit of rice. Stack that in. My notes that I have for what I was going to do today are blown all over the place. So we got our rice in there. I'm going to add some simple cooked black beans, a little saucy goodness. Plunk that on there as a layer. These ring molds are just fantastic. They also function as like cookie cutters, dough cutters, you name it. Worth the investment as far as I'm concerned if you have any inclination in the kitchen and desire to up-level your abilities for plating and whatnot. Then I've got some mixed veg, so I'm just going to place these in here. So that's some chayote, which I think I talked about in my Costa Rican ingredient Facebook Live ages ago, if you tuned in for that. Man, how long have we been doing these videos, Kenneth? Like, a long time, eh? Mm-hmm. I was just saying to some guests this morning, sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna run out of ideas. But the minute I think I'm gonna run out of ideas, then I get awesome suggestions from guests here and staff and viewers that keeps me motivated. So I don't think we're actually gonna ever run out of content. If there's anything, again, guys, that you want to see, please make a note in the comments. Let me know, because I'm only here to please you guys. These videos are for you. They're not for me, so I want you guys to tell me what you want to see. And I'll do my best to accommodate. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, ready, Kenneth?
Ready.
Everybody, cross your fingers, because this might just collapse. You never know. This is the thing. It's kind of like when you bake an upside-down cake. And the moment of truth comes when you flip the cake pan over, and sometimes it sticks and it makes a big mess. So here we go. Hallelujah. And just like that. Come on, how pretty is that? And then we can go and be a little bit crazy again with our edible flowers. So many pretty ones. I've got this beautiful purple one. You can add this red one just on top like that. I wish I had something yellow. I feel like I need something yellow, but that is, absolutely perfect. Maybe I'll stick a patacone here. A bada boom, bada bing. What do you think? Am I an artist? Christian's here. Christian comes every week.
Hi, everyone. That looks amazing.
What do you think?
I think it's great.
Not bad for an amateur like myself, huh?
It's nice. It's nice to add a little artistic flair to
Yeah.
it. It seems to make the food taste.
Doesn't it? Well, we were just saying at the beginning, we eat with our eyes first. So this just the extra love that's put into a plate, like it's got a little bit of artistic flair, really helps, right?
I would say too, if you're trying to impress somebody, like a girlfriend or boyfriend, definitely just following some of these tips would make them feel like you've just gone the extra distance, and it's not really that hard.
It's not. No, these guys saw it. Like I was just using these squeeze bottles, make beautiful little, just little dots on the plate.
What is that?
This is carrot puree.
Oh.
So I made carrot puree and then I just put it in here, and you could just, pumpkin puree, pesto, any kind of thick enough sauce to make any of these things. I just used your old run-of-the-mill paintbrush to do that. Stuff that you can get at home, right?
It turns what you eat every day into
a celebration,
right.
Isn't it?
Fancy restaurant. You can charge a lot of money for that.
I know, right?
Right on.
Thanks for coming. Mwah. Nice to see you.
Bye, everyone.
We'll see you next week. Oh, and I did give a shout out to everyone at the beginning, saying they have to go back and watch you live because you were so funny on the start of your very serious content. But everyone's going to go back and watch your live. Okay, so there's 2 plates. A bada boom, bada bing. The next thing I'm going to show you is kind of fun. And I bought this little extra tool when I first got into catering, because I do a lot of Mexican stuff. If anyone's been to any of my retreats and whatnot, I do like tacos all the ways. Like you name it, I've done it with a taco. So this was my super fun. Oh, pero, okay, so this is what I was going to show you. This is a tortilla that I've gone and toasted in a special little pan that they forgot. They left it in the kitchen, so I need to send someone. ¿Por eso estás viendo la cocina? ¿Hay una molda?
El molde.
Sí. So I bought these special tortilla molds that make your tortillas into these beautiful little shells. And I'm going to, while Carlos is running to the kitchen, he's going to grab it. He's going to bring it back out here so I can show you. I've got 5 of them. If you're catering events, if you're doing dinner parties, it's really awesome to have a couple of them, and you can just toast off a bunch of tortillas and you end up with these beautiful little shells. This would be a great way to present nacho dip, bean dip, whatever you're serving. And you could just, even if you just had one, you could just toast a bunch of these. You can hear super crisp. It's like fried but not fried. It's just a baked whole wheat tortilla. You can do corn tortillas. You can do any tortillas. But what I want to show you here today is a really quick little way to make a little Mexican style salad. This was the tortilla before, by the way, just a regular old whole wheat tortilla that I'll show you how that works when I get my mold. So really, really pretty. And I've got a few ingredients here, so I'm going to add in some rice. This is kind of the same idea as that stack that we just made, but I'm just showing you another option for how you can present it. So you've got our rice down in the bottom here. Then our black beans. Same idea. We can put a little bit of black bean in the middle. La la la. All the dishes. I'm using all the dishes today. And then I've got some little Mexican salad here. This is actually this is what we served all of our amazing Rythmia staff today. They had a version of this. Not in the cup, but all of these ingredients. And I'm just putting my amazing Mexican style salad on top. You could slice some avocado. Pretend this is like a cheese, a vegan or a non-vegan cheese sauce. What? Come on! And then a slice of lemon. A slice of lemon always, whoops, makes your plate look that much prettier. So we'll put that slice of lemon in there. And come on, how beautiful is that? A little sprinkle of like sunflower seeds or hemp hearts or something on top for a little bit more texture and protein. And you've got an awesome presented little Mexican salad or Mexican layered dip. Any of that stuff. Super fun. And again, I'm going to show you, this is the mold. You can find these at any home decor store. I think I bought these from a classified page, like where people, like Kijiji or something like that. I bought a bunch of them from there. So it's just this, it's non-stick, and all you do, I'm going to put this down kind of, all you do is you take your tortilla, whatever kind you have, and you just press it in, fill in all the gaps, and then you toss it in your oven at 350 until it becomes as crisp as you want it. Dunsky. Pretty rad if you ask me. So that is another option. We are just flying through the ideas here today, kids. Dun, 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 dun. While we're at it, I'm going to show you another beautiful presentation option. These are these little Asian spoons. If you've been to like a Japanese restaurant, you've probably seen these. I love having these on hand when I'm catering like appetizers for like or canapes for events. You have a bunch of these just on platters filled with anything you want, from an oyster to a black bean dip, because that's the theme of the day. And then you just, a little pretty flower on there. Dun, da, da, da. One little mouth, one bite, anything. Your one bite anything. Put it in these pretty spoons and you're so good to go. Delicious. Okay. What is next? Juan Carlos is listo. Oh my God. So bring that aquí. So Juan Carlos has gone and made and this is un plato, no? Juan Carlos has gone ahead and made an incredible carving, and it's coming around to be seen. So pretty. So much love. And it's taken him, how long have we been live here? Not very long. And look what he's gone ahead and done. What? So pretty. Let me move this. So as you can see, the base of this is a pineapple, a piña. And he's just cut off the bottom. And then, hey, ¿cómo hace este? Solo... Yeah, so he's got these leaves that he's just gone and bent and folded inward to make these beautiful flower-looking, like a bud on top here. We've got green onion here that he's just kind of shredded the ends here to make another beautiful confetti-like flower. The strawberries that he made earlier, he's just placed inside a cucumber. He's cut in the exact same way and then made some space where removed the seeds and placed the strawberry inside. So he's got like a two-layered flower here. Absolutely incredible. And then we've got this, so the tulip and the strawberry on, again, these are skewers, wooden skewers inside green onion. So pretty. Here we've got cucumbers that he's just cut. I'll show you the inside here. And then you can see here, he just cut off long pieces and then cut grooves in it to make it like leaves. So pretty. And then I'm going to turn this around and show you one more flower that he's made here, which is cucumber. And then on the inside, this is a tomato. ¿Cómo hacer este tomato? Hay en otro. Yeah, see. So I'm going to have him show us how to make this tomato thing. It's just the skin of the tomato, and he's made this beautiful center of the tulip. So maybe he can bring that over here and show us how he's done that. And then he's got everything stuck on here just using, again, toothpicks and wooden skewers. And he's just disguised them by wrapping them in the green onions. So pretty. So I'm going to move this out of the way for a sec so you can show how he's done this. Dun, 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 dun. So he's using, again, a really nice fine paring knife. And he's cutting around, kind of like if you're peeling an apple, it looks to me. And he's being very, very careful to just peel off the skin with a little bit of the fruit membrane. Just needs to be careful. Just like I remember growing up, my mom used to peel my apples like this, and I would like to eat the peel. Like normally kids don't like to eat the peel, but my mom would peel all the way around the Granny Smith apple and then be left with this beautiful stringy piece of apple peel, and I would love eating that more than the actual apple itself. I used to also like to eat the skin on fried chicken and not the actual chicken when I was a kid. Weird kid I was. So now he's just wrapping and rolling it up. So pretty. And he's wrapping it on just a bit of an angle so that when it's going to be finished, it's going to have a nice opening effect to it. So lovely. And all just with natural, beautiful ingredients. You know what we're going to do when that's done? We're going to put it inside this. Because this needs a bit more red. Qué bonita. Yes, look at that! Come on! What do you guys think? Doing good so far? Learning some stuff? Awesome. Beautiful. Super bonita. All right. Everything listo, ¿verdad? Oh, muchísimas gracias. Again, this is Juan Carlos. I have to say thank you to him. And if you've been here, or if you're on your way, make sure you say hi to Juan Carlos. He's super bien. Bastante grande en la cocina. Gracias. Gracias a usted. Now he's going to go make dinner. All right, and so I have one more thing one more thing? Two more things that I want to talk about. And this being just another beautiful tool for anything. I like to use martini glasses for presenting desserts quite often. When I have any sort of pudding or a fruit salad or anything like that, using a martini glass or a wine glass is a really great fancy alternative than just using a run-of-the-mill bowl. So you can just put your mousse in here, your fresh fruit, add your flowers and whatnot on top, and that would be a really beautiful, elegant presentation. So I just have that there to explain that. And then I'm going to show you real quick one last plating technique for dessert. So we have to go through and make sure we have all of the ingredients that we want. I had a little plate. Where's my tiny plate? Ah, it's right here. So, my dessert plate. Big old plate. Tiny round plate. I'm going to place that in the middle. No problem. And I'm going to decorate this plate with cinnamon before I do anything else to get my dessert plate ready. So all I've got here is a really fine mesh sieve. As you can see, it's not the best quality, but it doesn't matter. It's got the holes that I need. And I got a little bit of cinnamon here. So all I'm going to do is, instead of just dumping my cinnamon over, you know I can because this is going to disappear. I'm just going to dump some cinnamon in here. And then, hopefully the wind doesn't catch this too bad, I'm just going to shake a bit of cinnamon all around my plate. And having this little plate underneath is going to help form a nice circle. So then, the key is to carefully remove this without spilling too much cinnamon off the back of the plate. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, pretty. It's kind of pretty, right? So moving that cinnamon there. We have this nice rustically powdered plate. You could just do half the plate so you have like a defined... That's the other thing I can show you. I'll show you that next. So, this is one option. Get that out of the way. Option number 2, same technique. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to knock that cinnamon off here. Put this back in the middle. I have my, just a piece of paper. This was notes, some notes about what I wanted to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place this to cover up half my plate. And then what this is going to do now is going to make a nice defined line of where the cinnamon's going to land and where the cinnamon's not going to land. So again, I've already got cinnamon in here. So we're going to hold that steady and shake, shaky, 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 covering all of the exposed bottom plate with cinnamon. Then I'm going to carefully remove my paper. Woo! So exciting! And I'm going to remove this guy very carefully. Oh, I got, sorry, a little bit of carrot puree on there. And then look at that, nice defined line. So the next thing I'm going to do is another one of our techniques that we talk. I don't think I actually talked about this with puree, but I'm going to take a little spoon. This is just a strawberry puree that I've made here. I'm going to take a little dollop of it, plunk it on the plate, and then using the back of my spoon, just kind of choom. So this was just the back, and then you get this nice little artistic half arch. And then for dessert today, we're just going to be serving some carrot balls. So I guess the carrot puree is a little bit fitting that I accidentally put there. So a couple of carrot balls, and place that beautiful strawberry that we had there. And then really, really simple, what I would do is maybe some coconut or something like that. Not the prettiest plate, but it's got some technique ideas to show you anyways. Dun, 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 dun. That's it. That's all I got. I hope that has been a bit of an inspiration for you guys for plating at home. Is there anything else that I missed? Oh, the books. Sorry guys, hold on. Where did my cookbook go? My cookbook was here. Not important. Most important is that we talk about this. Because we still have this amazing competition. It's not a competition. It's never a competition. Contest is the word that I'm trying to think of. And it's running until April 1st. And what you need to do is you need to get yourself a copy of Shit the Moon Said by our lovely leader and founder of Rythmia, Jerry Powell. He wrote this book and it's incredible. I read it back to back in one morning. It was just such a good read. A lot of insight about ayahuasca and what we do here at Rythmia. And a lot of really great tips, you know, for living the best life, even if you can't get here or you've already been here. Like Jerry's just got a lot of really great ideas about how to live to your fullest and be, you know, realigned with your soul. But get a copy of this book, and until April 1st, if you take a picture of yourself with this and send it up on your social media with the hashtag #ShitTheMoonSaid, make a little recommendation, maybe your favorite quote from the book, refer it to your friends. You know, if you do that and post it on your social media, our team here up in Malibu in California is going to be picking a winner every single week. I think you've got 3 more weeks left in March, so there's 3 chances to win still. And they're picking a winner every week for a free stay here at Rythmia. So get yourself a copy. It's available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Shit the Moon Said, so good, by Jerry Powell. Again, post it on your social media with a picture of the book. You know, maybe if you're pouring a cup of coffee or a picture of you, whatever. Just, you know, post the book. Hashtag Shit the Moon Said. Tag Rythmia, and you have a chance to win a free stay here with us. And you have 3 more weeks to do that. I think it's till April 1st. So do that, do that, do that. You can buy this on Amazon, as mentioned, as well as my book, which is called Miracle Meals. I think the two of them, if you Google this one, mine will come up as frequently bought together, and you can buy the two of them for under $40. My cookbook is a collection of about 45, I think, recipes from like the most requested recipes from the buffet here at Rythmia. It's called Miracle Meals, High Frequency Plant-Based Meals. And we hope that these are great tools for everyone to start living their best life and or integrate back into real life after they've had to stay here. So that, my friends, is all I have today. I can't remember what I'm doing next week. I might be talking about the dieta, making lifestyle changes in preparation for plant medicine. I'm not 100% sure, but I will post about I'll post about that in the comments afterwards. What my program will be about next week. And again, please, 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 if there's anything you want to see, any recipes you want to see, any philosophies, ideas, anything, put it in the comments, because I'm starting to plan out my lives for the next few months. So I want to get your input and show you guys what you want to see. This isn't for me, and this isn't for Kenneth. We're not doing this for us. We're doing these videos for you. So let us know what you want. Okay? I'm officially done. What time is it, Kenneth? How long have we been going? We were going for a long time, I think. Less than 40 minutes, I think. What time is it? You can't see. It doesn't matter. It's not important, because we're done. So, sayonara, you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday fun day, and we'll see you guys here next week. Don't forget to tune in to Dr. Jeff tomorrow, and we'll see you there. Mwah.